Gucci has once again shaken the fashion world with an astonishing achievement. The Italian brand has officially ranked #1 as the fashion label with the strongest social media presence during Milan Fashion Week. How is it possible that amidst fierce competition with big names like Prada, Versace, and Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci managed to establish its dominance? Is this just a clever communication strategy, or has Gucci indeed built a deeper emotional connection with a global audience? This is the question that is now widely discussed by fashion observers, the media, and loyal consumers. This phenomenon becomes even more dramatic when social media engagement data shows an extraordinary surge in interactions with every Gucci post, whether on Instagram, TikTok, or X, Twitter. Short videos featuring snippets of their latest collection garnered millions of views in just hours, surpassing content from competitors appearing on the same stage. More than just a catwalk, Gucci managed to create a digital moment that spread rapidly around the world. With one click, a global audience could experience the exclusive atmosphere of Milan Fashion Week directly from their phone screens. This success is no coincidence. Gucci is known as one of the most adept brands at blending the power of fashion with digital strategies. They don't just rely on their big name, but also utilize a narrative approach that resonates with the younger generation. For example, interactive campaigns involving influencers, collaborations with K-pop stars, and the use of augmented reality technology in product promotions. The result? Every Gucci post is not just information, but an experience that sparks curiosity, emotion, and even builds loyalty. Communication experts assess that Gucci has understood the essence of social media as an arena for the battle of perceptions. While many brands only display fashion collections, Gucci presents the story behind the designs, creative inspiration, and strong cultural messages. In this year's Milan Fashion Week, Gucci emphasized the fusion of tradition and modernity, from classic Italian details to fresh, futuristic nuances. This narrative immediately touched the hearts of audiences who crave innovation while appreciating authenticity. More surprisingly, data shows a large spike in organic interaction, meaning Gucci's popularity is not only supported by paid advertising, but truly born from real engagement from social media users. The hashtag #GucciMFW became trending on various platforms, sparking lengthy discussions, in-depth reviews from fashion bloggers, and a flood of fan-made content. This domino effect shows how Gucci has successfully transformed viewers into active participants in their brand journey. From a business perspective, this success has major implications. In an era when digital reputation can determine the direction of the market, Gucci has proven that dominance on social media is not just about image, but a strategy that directly impacts sales and consumer loyalty. The fact that Gucci became the top brand at Milan Fashion Week reinforces its position as a global trendsetter, not only in fashion but also in digital communication. However, Gucci's success certainly raises critical questions. Can this strategy be maintained in the next season? Competition in the fashion industry is very dynamic, and every brand is vying to present new surprises. Prada, for example, is aggressively integrating AI technology into the promotion of their collections. Versace is trying to rebuild its connection with the millennial generation through human-centered campaigns. Meanwhile, Gucci seems to continue to rely on a blend of iconic aesthetics with the courage to experiment in the digital realm. This year's Milan Fashion Week seemed like a real battleground, where the power of social media is as important as the quality of the clothes on the runway. Gucci has provided evidence that in the modern fashion world, dominance is not only determined by design, but also by the ability to master the global conversation. This is the era when one post on Instagram can be more influential than a full page of advertising in an international fashion magazine. In the future, the world awaits whether Gucci will continue to maintain this momentum. Will they be able to present more surprising digital innovations, or will competitors find loopholes to grab the audience's attention? What is clear is that Gucci's title as the fashion brand with the strongest social media presence during Milan Fashion Week 2025 will be remembered as an important milestone in the history of the fashion industry. Proof that digital power is now inseparable from the glory of a global fashion house. If you look at the data circulating, it is indeed true that Gucci seems to be leading the global conversation. The hashtag #GucciMFW flooded social media with millions of posts, while content about their latest collection received extraordinary attention. However, isn't social media also prone to manipulation? Is the surge in numbers really a reflection of public interest, or just the result of algorithmic strategies and massive promotions? At this point, we are invited to reflect. Are we as an audience able to distinguish between organic fame and artificial popularity? Undeniably, behind the glitz of Milan Fashion Week, there is fierce competition between brands, each with an interest in appearing as the leader. So an important question arises. Is Gucci's claim as the brand with the strongest social media presence really the result of independent observation, or is it a narrative built by the PR team to create an illusion of dominance? In an era when every post can be supported by thousands of bots, paid promotions, or hidden campaigns, shouldn't we be more skeptical of swallowing information raw? Let's reflect together. Do you as a viewer feel like you are really witnessing the authenticity of Gucci's popularity, or are you just seeing what the media wants you to see? Is it possible that Gucci does have a greater emotional power in the hearts of the audience, or are those viral numbers just a pseudo-representation that is nothing more than a game of digital statistics? What if other brands are actually stronger on the runway, but lose in the war of discourse on social media? Criticism is key. We must dare to ask, who benefits from the news that Gucci is the king of social media at Milan Fashion Week? Is it purely industry recognition, or is it part of a strategy to boost stock prices, attract investors, or even just keep the spotlight focused on Gucci? These questions not only provoke doubt, but also test the extent to which we as an audience are able to separate facts from sensation. Have we ever thought that this phenomenon could be a form of narrative control? Imagine when a brand manages to dominate the digital space, public opinion is easily formed. However, is the formation of that opinion born from authenticity, or because we are constantly bombarded with the same content until we finally accept it as truth? Doesn't this remind us of the classic concept of propaganda wrapped in a modern package called social media? Then, let's sharpen our reflection. Does this news really reflect verifiable facts, or just snippets of information from TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter that are not necessarily accurate? Is it possible that most of us prefer to believe what seems real on the screen rather than digging deeper for the truth? If so, aren't we trapped in a big game deliberately created by the media and brands to control perception? In this context, skepticism does not mean rejecting completely, but carefully weighing every claim that circulates. We can ask ourselves, what concrete evidence is there that Gucci really dominated Milan Fashion Week in terms of digital presence? Is there independent data to support this claim, or does all the information come from media that have certain interests? Why do we rarely find critical analysis comparing Gucci with other brands in terms of digital strategy?